Good afternoon, my name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year student here at Georgia Tech, and I'd like to talk to you about possible opportunities in a controls engineering position with your company. Last summer, I worked with a system integrator. Most of it was PLC programming, but it got me interested in controls engineering. This semester, I've been taking a feedback control systems class, and I'm hoping to continue along that path next semester. If you have any opportunities and would like to talk to me about possibly working for your company, I would love to continue this conversation. Hello, my name is Kyle Waters. I'm a third-year student here at Georgia Tech, and I'll be graduating this December. I'm currently pursuing a BS in electrical engineering, and I'd really like to talk to you about possible positions in a controls engineering role with your company. Last summer, I got to work with a system integrator here in Atlanta, and I got some good experience with PLC programming with Allen Bradley and Siemens systems, as well as some hardware integration, but I'm really more interested in the controls aspect. In pursuit of that, I've taken a feedback controls course this semester, and I'm hoping to follow along that path in the coming semesters. I'm also working with a research team that is doing work mainly in DSP. That's given me a good foundation with team projects that I think will carry over very well into a possible career with your company. If you would like to talk to me more about possible opportunities with your company, I would love to stay in touch. Good afternoon, my name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student here at Georgia Tech, and I'm supposed to be graduating this December. I was wondering if I could talk to you for about a minute about possibly working for your company in a controls engineering position. I have some experience through an internship last summer that I completed with Factory Automation Systems and a system integrator here in Atlanta, where I mainly worked with PLC programming, both Allen Bradley and Siemens, as well as some hardware integration and basic panel fabrication. I'm also doing some work with a research team this semester that is largely DSP oriented, where we're working with algorithms to try and do location triangulation in real time based on a Wi-Fi signal in an incredibly crowded area. So those experiences have given me some good team building basics, and it's pushed my interest towards control systems, which is why this semester I'm also taking a controls course, feedback systems, as well as some other DSP related courses. And I'm really looking forward to taking more of those courses in these coming semesters as I really push forwards towards a controls-based curriculum. If you have any other questions for me, I would love to speak to you more and possibly work out in time to interview for a position with your company. Thank you. Good afternoon, my name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student here at Georgia Tech, and I'd be interested in talking to you about a full-time controls engineering position. I have some experience from last summer when I worked with a system integrator, mainly in PLC programming, but it sparked an interest in control systems, which is something I've been pursuing this semester through a feedback controls course, and something that I hope to pursue in the coming semesters along that pathway. I also have some experience with a research team that's given me some team-based experience, and I'd like to hopefully apply those experiences with your company. If you're interested in talking more with me, I would be happy to keep in contact. Good afternoon, my name is Kyle Waters, and I am an electrical engineering student here at Georgia Tech. I'd like to speak to you about a possible full-time position with your company in a controls engineering role. Last semester I was able to work with Factory Automation Systems, and I got good experience with PLC programming, hardware integration, and panel fabrication. I'm also working with a DSP-based research team this semester, where I've been helping to write an algorithm that takes in a known signal and autocorrelates it to get a time of arrival, and from multiple receiver locations is able to triangulate the location of the sender. It's been a really good experience for me working with other people in an engineering field, and I think those sorts of experiences will transfer over well to your company. I've also been taking controls classes, including a feedback course this semester, and I'm hoping to continue taking those courses in the future. If you would like to speak to me more about my qualifications or about a possible interview, I'd love to stay in touch. Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student here at Georgia Tech. I'd love to speak to you about possible full-time controls engineering position with your company. I have some experience with another system integrator here in Atlanta called Factory Automation Systems, and during my internship with them, I was able to work mainly with PLC programming in both Allen-Bradley and Siemens, as well as with some hardware integration and panel fabrication. This semester, I'm getting some good experience with a DSP-based research team where we are doing team-oriented work to try and locate the origin of a signal being sent out. We're doing this with multiple receiver locations where we autocorrelate the signal being sent out with the signal that was originally received, and we find the time difference of arrival at each individual location. It's given me some good experience with working with other people and solving problems in real time that have actual impact in a real-world application. Other than that, this semester I've also been taking controls classes as well as DSP classes, and I'm hoping that I'll continue to take those sorts of classes along that pathway in the coming semesters. And I'd be interested in talking to you more about my qualifications and why I believe I'd be a good fit for your company. If you'd like to stay in touch, I would be happy to give you my contact information. Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student at Georgia Tech. And I'd like to speak to you about a possible full-time controls engineering position with your company. I've experience with a system integrator, mostly working with PLC programming, but also with some hardware integration. I've experience in a team environment through a DSP-based research project that's currently ongoing that I hope to continue through December when I graduate. And I'm currently taking controls classes in pursuit of my goal. If you'd like to speak to me more about my past projects or to continue this conversation, I would love to schedule a time for an interview. Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student here at Georgia Tech, and I plan to graduate this December. I would like to talk to you for a few minutes about a possible full-time position with your company as a controls engineer. I have experience with system integrator here in Atlanta called Factory Automation Systems, where I mostly worked with PLC programming, but also with some hardware integration. And I have experience with a team environment through a DSP-based research project that I'm currently involved in, where we tried to triangulate the location of a source signal through multiple receivers around in Bobby Dodd Stadium, which is a high-density environment for Wi-Fi signals. This semester I'm taking a feedback controls class, which has been very interesting to me, and I'm hoping to continue along that pathway in the coming semesters. If you have any questions for me, or if you'd like to continue this conversation later, I would love to speak to you more about a possible opportunity to interview with your company. Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Waters, and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student here at Georgia Tech. I'm planning to graduate this December, and I would love to talk to you about possible full-time positions through your company as a controls engineer. I have experience with another system integrator here in Atlanta called Factory Automation Systems, where I mainly worked at PLC programming in 500 and 5000 logic Allen-Bradley and in Step 7 Siemens. I also got some experience with hardware integration, panel fabrication, and general design schematics. Here on campus, I'm getting some good experience through a DSP-based research team, where we are trying to triangulate the location of a signal by looking at the time of arrival at multiple different receiver points. Right now, it's mostly academic. However, there are some companies that are interested in possible military applications. Through those experiences, I've become interested in controls, and because of that, I'm taking mostly signal processing and controls classes this semester, including random signals, fundamental digital signal processing, and a feedback course. I'm hoping to continue those courses in the future to expand my academic knowledge of controls, but I would also love to start talking to you about possibly going into controls as a career. If you'd like to talk to me more about interviewing or possibly just ask more about those experiences, I would love to contact you. Thank you.